Hey everybody, so we are going to make a pot of chili verde. Now this will be a little different than my normal chili verde. We're going to have to make some compromises on our ingredients because, as you all probably know, getting some items these days is a little bit hard, and whole green chilies is one of those. You can buy the canned diced green chilies, but they're diced so small. And I'm going to use some fresh tomato that I still have from the garden. I still have a few things producing out there. I have cayenne peppers coming out my behind, so I have a bunch of those drying for cayenne pepper, and then I still have a bunch on the bushes out there, so I'll be making some hot sauce. But if y'all remember that big pork loin I got in one of my hauls, I've cut it up into bite-sized pieces. I've trimmed off the fat, which is right there, and I'll be chopping that up really small and rendering it like I did the last time. And the cracklings will be treats for my dogs, and I will add this lard to what I've already started over there. So anytime you get pork and you're trimming it up, save the trimmings, especially some of the meatier ones. Put it in the freezer until you have enough to can in a jar, and that can be emergency dog food, or like I said, I'm going to be doing the rendering it down and doggy treats. So I'm going to add some oil to the pot, and we're going to have some of this for dinner, and I'm going to can the rest. So I will do a full video this time on that. Now if you want to do a batch of this for just canning, I wouldn't simmer it for that hour and a half, whatever it takes to tenderize that meat. I would get it all mixed up, put it in your jars, and let the process happen in the canner. So I just put a little bit of oil. You don't want too much fat when you're canning. And I just did these in bite-sized pieces. You can do them any size you want. You can do this in batches if you want. I'm just going to put all of it in there. Okay, you will want one medium onion. I have some poblano peppers under the broiler, and I'm going to peel and chop those up. I think they're ready. Here's our poblanos, and I just put them under the broiler. You can do them on the grill, or if you have a gas stove, just blister them, and then we will peel and chop them up. There were no tomatillos, and I didn't grow any this year, so we are going to use salsa verde. I think I said a small to medium tomato. I have 5 chilies, a medium to large onion, whatever you like, some cumin, some of this Nor beef granules. These are especially the chicken flavor, is every Hispanic mom's secret weapon in her pantry for cooking Mexican food. I have a can of diced green chilies I'm going to add to this. Have my cumin. And I'm going to use some adobo right now. And just cover the top of your meat with the adobo. And then we're going to stir this up, let it brown off, and then we'll just add everything else. You're going to want a tablespoon of cornstarch. You can use clear gel since I'm going to be canning this. Clear gel is made for canning. And 1 cup of water. And then 2 tablespoons of your beef bouillon, 1 tablespoon of your cumin, and you can always adjust those things to your taste. I won't be using salt because the beef bouillon has salt in it. And then with the rest of that pork loin, I cut up several chops. There's like 10 chops there, so I'm going to vacuum seal those and put them in the freezer. So not bad. We'll get dinner. I'll get some jars to put on the shelf of chili verde. I'll probably do these in the carry canner because I won't have enough to fill up my big canner. So, going to let this brown up, stir it up. And I have it on a pretty high heat so it doesn't steam too much. But yeah, I'll be back after I chop up all my veggies. Okay, so we have our onion, our poblanos, a can of diced green chilies, see what I mean about how tiny they are, and small tomato chopped up, and we're going to add that. We're going to add some minced garlic. You can add 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, whatever you like. Going to add our salsa verde, and that's in place of the tomatillo because I don't have any. But same thing, you were to put it in your whizzer. And if you have your favorite chili verde recipe, can it up. So I'm going to mix up my clear gel and my water. This is the clear gel. You can see that. So I'm going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of clear gel to 1 cup of water. This recipe is from a Hispanic woman that lived behind us in California. She taught me a lot of recipes, but like I said, I've had to kind of play with it this year because of ingredient issues. Put this back over the stove. Add that. Going to add our 2 tablespoons of beef bouillon. And our 1 tablespoon of cumin. Cumin smells so good. Stir all of that up. I'm going to add another 2 cups of water, and then we're just going to let this simmer for an hour. Now, if you wanted to just make a batch to can, I would take it from this point and fill your jars to 1 inch of headspace and let it finish cooking in the canning process. I'm sorry I keep hitting you with my elbow. So yeah, just going to put a lid on that, let it simmer for an hour to an hour and a half, and I will see you when it's ready and we put it in jars. Okay everybody, so this is what we have left after excuse me, eating dinner. I don't even know what that was. So we're gonna fill some jars. I have my carry canner over here. Get a funnel. It was very tasty. The only thing I added was diced up jalapeno. It just needed some spice. So we're going to fill these to 1 inch of head space. These will process for 75 minutes. It was so good. So I hope you all are doing well. I know things are a little weird these days. And if you want this brothier, you can add more water when you're making it. And if you run out of broth when you're filling your jars, you can add some chicken broth or water just to get it full to the top. So this isn't bad at all with that pork roast. I got like 10 pork chops, and there's enough in there for my husband to have lunch tomorrow. So 4 pints will be canned. I got the pork chops. We both had dinner. He'll have lunch. So that's not bad from one pork loin. Get my vinegar. Towel. Debubble. This one can use some more meat. I can tell. This one's meaty. Probably sticking my arm all up in your face. I'm sorry. I'm tired. This one's very meaty. Go around. Pints will process for 75 minutes. Quarts will process for 90. And like I said, if you just wanted to make this for a canning project, don't cook it all the way in the pot like I did. I just did that because we were having it for dinner. And you can let the process happen in the canner, and then it won't be so cooked. Make it cooked. Put on our lids. I need my rack. Fingertip tight. And whenever you're doing something that has grease in it, you'll want to use vinegar, but anything else you can use water. So we will be processing these for 75 minutes. Follow the directions to your canner and your elevation, and that will determine your weight. So I will see you when these are coming out of that machine. Okay, everybody, our chili verde is done. Let's get it out of there. It's hard to do with this hood of the stove. My regular canner is the same way. And I let this come down from pressure by itself, so there's no siphoning. Still boiling. I got all the dishes done, so all I have to do is wash the insert to my canner, and I am done for the night. So there we go, 4 jars of chili verde. I could have had 5, but I put some in the fridge for the hubby at lunch tomorrow. And yeah, so there you go, chili verde. Have dinner, can up your leftovers. I got 4 extra jars of food on the shelf. So I hope you all are well. Comment down below, share what you're doing, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.